All right, we'll get going in about 1 minute here. Okay. Thank you, ladies, for joining. I appreciate your time tonight. We are talking about healthy habit-forming rituals for fall. The gist of this is so you have a guide to living in your healthiest expression, right? Really finding that place that you can come back to, and what living in from that sort of sacral chakra foundation, what that means for you. So here is a little fun slide about me, just so you have some background and information, right? My name is Anna Stahl. I am the founder and holistic health and lifestyle coach at AnnaCate Whole Health. I started this practice in 2017, worked with clients for a few years, and then actually took a small hiatus and moved to Denver and was working at a different job. So I am back, I am running with it, and it's sort of reformatted, and it's been a great experience. A little bit about me and my story. So life has an amazing way of bringing you to where you're meant to be. I've always innately been interested in health, nutrition, behavioral sciences, but often as life goes, you choose other things and move in a direction of logic rather than intuition when you are at a crossroads. I know each one of us probably has examples of this within their life. Yeah. So that is exactly what happened. I was the girl, ironically. I sat in those university business, finance, accounting classes, all of the above. And I remember in Minnesota, it was the first class. Mine was the first business class it was mandatory to have a laptop, right, in all of our classes in that sort of curriculum. And here I was, though, Googling the most recent health trends, motivation tactics, recipes, etc. And past college, I wasn't really feeling fulfilled in the roles or the positions that I had that were within those larger organizations, where my impact to really directly help others was at a minimum. I always kind of knew that there was something more to me. I wanted more of that individual connection, to hear people's stories and then be able to make an impact that way. So really always believing that I wanted to seek a career in healing that I wholeheartedly loved. Now, some people love the previous slide where it's just cute, kitschy, more of a soft story. And then I wanted to present this as well, just the list of my credentials here. And in typical manifesting generator form, I now am understanding that all of these little, divergent ways along the path have helped produce what it is I know that I am so passionate about, and living in that purpose. And it started with the management, the marketing. I moved into community health education for my master's, and with that came the CHES certification. But when I really wanted to understand individual stories is when I found Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And through that, after that, then it was sort of like, okay, I'm helping to build a grassroots children's health and fitness initiative, but I also was teaching fitness classes on the side. So that was awesome. That helped me sort of get over this fear of, being the authority, standing up in front of the room and sort of telling people what to do. Especially that body pump instruction, that resonated with so many. My attention to detail and technique. So that's kind of where the fitness part of my realm comes from, alongside the IAN nutrition piece. And Yeah, so with the 12 plus years, I guess now, of program development, um, that has really set the course for the methodology and the coaching programs that I deliver to clients today. My body of work is really empowering women to live in their healthiest expression by nourishing mind, body, and soul in that integrative fashion. And the ambition to wake each morning and serve others with a curiosity, that compassion and excitement to learn, grow, and really take everything and share that knowledge through personal coaching is my inspiration and my driving factor. It wholeheartedly motivates me to educate, support, guide women towards a lifestyle of positive health choices, wellness choices for your longevity, right? All stemming from a level of self-love and, more importantly in my realm, self-trust, trusting yourself that you know who you innately are. It is about feeling comfortable in your own skin and radiating that from the inside out. Now, each one of us has a story. We all do things differently. So let's stop acting like there's one way to do life and start accepting the different in order to really live in flow. I have also struggled with my own issues revolving around health, food, body image. I've always been petite in stature, sure, but truly healthy regarding a level of balance with food and other areas, no. There was a time in my life where my relationship with those things was one of extremes. It was a definite love-hate relationship filled with these rules, this strict regimen, overthinking, which I now know is just control. I always have. I've enjoyed and appreciated the benefits of physical activity. And admittedly, that has come naturally for me. So I do understand where that isn't sort of this natural love in other people's lives. But so much of that is why I coach. There are things that we excel at and things we need to work at. And all of it in between is the most beautiful space, right? And so I just never at that moment in those moments, those big years within my life, right? I couldn't understand that I didn't have to live within the states of black and white or good or bad or success or failure. There was so much of that achievement-based good enough comparing that fulfilled me at the time, but that's not the healthiest way to live. That's not how life happens in a healthy, happy way. Because life isn't black or white. It's not right or wrong or anything near the fairy tale that we dream up. But boy, did I think it was supposed to be perfect. The expectations I'd put on myself and others for that matter were coming from a place of that perfectionism, and that is just a form of fear. Personally, I felt I had to be and act a certain way on the inside and out, or my life wouldn't turn out right. Now, has it turned out the right way? Nope. Because nobody's life does. Nobody's life follows that exact trajectory that we imagine it will. The path is not always linear. The path is a journey of hills and valleys, and that is what's beautiful. Within every age and stage, our bodies, our hormones, our minds force us to take an honest peek under that hood and really evaluate what's going on. And it took me years to truly understand that the only constant is, in fact, change. My mom would always say that, and I didn't understand until, 20s. When I came to terms with the fact that I cannot control it all, and that I do not want to live up to those healthy expectations, and that I certainly, at almost 40, don't have it all figured out, it was the moment that I found balance back then. that magic spot of calm and understanding that we all sort of perpetually strive for. It's what I call the happy contentment within my programs. When I stopped obsessing over the numbers or the image of who I was or felt I needed to be, I could then focus on my true well-being. I could believe in myself from an innate worth perspective. And I focused on my whole health. That's when I understood that with who I was from past to present, I could then keep moving towards the best version of myself. So that is today's mission, the masterclass mission. Today, I want to share some of those rituals with you so you can begin to find that calm in the chaos and incorporate personal rituals into your life in a way that makes sense for you. Now, this is just a starting point. It's an amazing place to begin. It will allow you to take the first step towards reframing areas in your life that you aren't satisfied with, areas in your life where you feel stuck and it's sticky, and areas in which you know that you need to do the work, but you've been hesitant to start. All because rituals ignite your authentic power within you. Rituals build that lifestyle that can provide you with the grounded happiness and fulfillment. And rituals help you live in alignment, find your healthiest expression, and rituals help you use your natural born gifts. So one big overarching theme within my Nourish signature program is to begin to love and trust yourself on this nourishing journey. This is why I do what I do. From serving clients, I have come to understand that women need kindness and grace. Women forget to believe in themselves and how great they are and how great they can be. And when we become too afraid to feel the pain and the discomfort in order to then find those root causes of why it is we're feeling uncomfortable, we stop ourselves from releasing what we've been carrying. So we need to flip the script on that. I want women who feel overwhelmed, too busy, uncomfortable with all the changes that are happening within their physical self, to know and believe that they have the power to change the way they view themselves, the way they view others and the world, and their innate impact and purpose from the inside out. Because when you nourish your mind, body, and soul holistically in that integrative fashion, that is when you're able to build a life that you're proud of. I empower women to stop playing small, to stop hiding. Be really proud, be courageous, and believe that you're worth it. You're deserving. Shifts take place at every age and stage. So how can we best equip ourselves to hold the reins and feel into our decisions and lifestyle? So in my work is a transformative journey, and I want to show you that it's possible to open yourself up and give yourself space to what you may not even see in yourself. Sometimes it takes someone else to show you what you've already known. I want you to venture into truly believing that you are a multidimensional human with so many gifts. Life's path is always different than the expectation we ignorantly placed on it, when, to be honest, we just didn't know any better. But now you do. Now you know better. And so how can you reframe, reinvent, and reinvigorate yourself for yourself? You are the creator of your own life in responsibility, ownership, freedom, and design. You guys, it is yours. It isn't perfect, and you don't need to be perfect. You are real and human and loved. So begin to love, trust yourself, accept yourself, and sometimes forgive yourself for being just that, beautifully human. Okay, so where do I start? How do I begin? We begin by creating rituals, because habit-forming rituals reveal who we are, how we spend our time and energy, and what makes our soul sing. Now, in the circle here, where it says become aware, take note, and practice, I added this because this is the micro implementation aspects of the coaching methodology that I've developed. When you become aware of what it is you are doing and then take note of those observations, that is when you are able to collect the data, right? Sometimes we don't know what we're doing. And then you begin to reframe and again, flip that script to incorporate whole health practices that will guide you on your healthful journey to longevity. Now, I won't go through all of these. There's so many, but I wanted to make a list. Why are rituals worth my time and energy? In essence, creating healthy habit-forming rituals is about nurturing your mind, body, soul consistently, okay? So when you establish a routine, your body and brain become so accustomed to the certain activities at specific times that it essentially makes it easier for you to manage your time and your energy more effectively. And with that, it's the resiliency piece, because those rituals that you get accustomed to become anchors and actually help you manage the, energy inputs that are just kind of coming at you from your external environment. It helps you manage stress, the anxiety, the overthinking. And when you feel triggered, kind of all in that nervous system context, when you feel triggered by something in the day, you can come back to those patterns, routines, to calm yourself in the way that you know best works for you. They provide that sense of stability and a healthy dose, right, of control, which can help you better cope with life's challenges and adapt for those unexpected circumstances, because they do arise. Now, along the lines of productivity, it's really just coming to terms with dedicating your time to important tasks. And with that, it ensures that essential activities are not overlooked or procrastinated on, because you're always wanting to systematically be in the process of change, okay? And long-term well-being and sustainable lifestyle, I kind of group together, because those habits that help reduce the risk of, inflammation, chronic disease, mental health, mental clarity, all of that is essentially boosting your long-term health, the longevity, the vitality, right? It's a sustainable lifestyle that we're trying to get at. And when you incorporate these healthy rituals, that is when it becomes sustainable in the long run. And it's not just the quick fixes anymore. It's not those Band-Aids. I try and get away from that right away in my coaching process, because that is not what we're looking for. We are looking for those lifelong practices that promote balance and holistic health for a long time. Unlike short-term trends, rituals become an integral part of your lifestyle. Now, you have your own authentic code. The healthy rituals you incorporate into your lifestyle allows for you to architect your life in a way that emphasizes your authentic power. You begin to live in your healthiest expression and build a lifestyle that produces that happiness and fulfillment. Again, big one for me. Trust yourself. Seriously, trust yourself. Are there choices that you are currently making that are in alignment with your true self and your true essence right now? Type those in the chat. Give me one daily choice that you know actually helps nourish your whole self. Nice, like mindfulness. Yeah, your morning hour before anybody else wakes up. Yep, a little alone time. That helps the day. Journaling, sure. I mean, because we notice those things when we don't partake in some of the rituals that we know we ground into. Those days kind of fly away from us, right? Those are the days that things just happen and we're not quite regulated and we just don't handle them quite as well. And so we're already seeing from this that you just trust yourself. You begin to trust yourself to make the choices that best suit you and your individual lifestyle. Because your joyful essence is gently built time and time again. It's the small, consistent steps. It's the, I'm like on repeat, and I get that, but it's the consistent action that creates the lasting impact that you are proud of, rather than those big, giant steps we take every so often to change. Okay, I always say that there's this line of homeostasis, and the ebb and flow, when you ride the waves, the ebb and flow should be closer to the line of your homeostasis. It shouldn't be that you're making these big, gigantic changes every so often and think that there will be sustainable, positive change for you. So, rituals that you can implement to flourish through fall. I cannot believe it, but we are, I think, 5 weeks out from the first day of winter solstice, and 6 weeks from the new year, 2024. Amazing. Please note the graphic on here. I did this on purpose, where you start and you're celebrating and you are gung-ho and you are in, okay? Now, the steps on the path aren't always going to fall into place. It's not going to look linear, and that's okay. It's on purpose. We learn that way. So there will be a couple seasons in a row that things are flowing, they're rolling, everything's great. You feel like you're thriving. And then you'll fall off just slightly. But the goal for my clients, at least what I practice and I coach and I teach, is that the more resilient you are, the easier those offshoots will be to pop back on your line, right? It is really the resiliency we build in this journey together. You become equipped to continue what you know, what you know works for you, even in the interruptions of life, right? The actions that you can keep coming back to, the rituals that really ground you into who you are in order to fully flourish. That is the goal. So I have an amazing resource for you to get started on your path here. Mindful Minutes. Go ahead and drop the word mindful in the chat and I will send that to you. I will email that out, okay? It is important to spend 5 minutes each morning writing what you are grateful for, what will be amazing on this particular day, and your positive positioning affirmation. The image here is the journal I use. It's called the 5-Minute Journal. It was a Christmas gift one year, and I've loved it ever since, and bought another, and I just keep rolling with it. But it outlines exactly this. Take those few minutes. What are you grateful for? And allow your mind to look for the joy, the whimsical, the serendipitous things that the universe provides for each of us every day, individually and collectively. And when we start to reframe from a neuroplasticity perspective this way of thinking, our days change. We view the world differently. We view the people in our space differently. We view ourselves differently. So it's a great place to start. Now, along those same lines, celebration. We really need to begin to celebrate ourselves a little more. So each night, then, choose the things you are celebrating from the day. After giving that day your best effort, write down what you did well, what you are celebrating. We often forget to just remind ourselves that even if the day didn't go as planned, we gave it our best effort. We really did. And write down any lessons that you can garner from the day as well. And when you become aware of those two, watch for the synchronicities between what you are writing down in your morning journaling and then what you're celebrating in the evening. It's amazing to me how much of what you write in the morning actually comes to fruition in the evening. So again, it's the data that you're collecting in that series that you can just continue the change, continue the betterment of your path, right? We're always learning, we're always pivoting. So just as a reminder, the mind needs to be reminded of all the good, the effort, like I said, and the trying, because it naturally holds the negative, the not good enough aspects, and all of the mistakes that we made in the day. It tends to exemplify those. And so from your heart and your soul each night, provide your mind then with the wins from the day. This is a common one as well, but it is always about being reminded, be the captain of your clock. Prioritize your tasks based on your authentic code, based on your value system is an easier way to put it in this class. Because this seriously allows you to keep sight of your purposeful goals. It allows you to choose consistent, actualized steps in determination each day. It, again, with the prioritizing, it always comes back to you asking yourself, well, is this in alignment with my authentic code or the values or the actual goals that I set out for myself today? It doesn't, how do I explain this? It probably just eliminates more of the hustle bustle. I'm just going to help other people because I'm not worried about my own stuff as much. Again, be respectful with everybody and for everyone's time and energy and space, of course. But life doesn't end if you slowly, in the most respectful way, put yourself and your priorities first. Because I'll go into this rant here, but when we begin to utilize our natural gifts, when we begin to live in flow in a way that is so sincere to ourselves and the rest of the world, we actually get out of each other's way to do what each of us is best meant to do, right? And then that helps us work collectively more efficiently, more in flow, like I mentioned. So find confidence in the fact that you manage your own time. It is your time. Where do you want to spend it? Trust your footing in happy contentment and let go of busy for busy's sake or pleasing others just to please, right? Choose to focus your priorities and set boundaries in order to enhance efficiency and find flow. All right, so is this resonating? Good. I wanted to add this in there because it's just a fun one. Reminder that since we only have limited time tonight, I've just scratched the surface of these rituals within the Nourish journey. There are definitely more, but here's another that I really wanted to mention because of its joyful nature. Sprinkle love and kindness, you guys. Doesn't that feel amazing every day? Yes. By performing random acts of service. And it doesn't need to be those stereotypical when you hear random acts of service, but it's just those smallest of small gestures. You know, smiling at somebody in an aisle in Target, for heaven's sakes. Like, we don't know what they're going through. We don't know. Maybe this is the first person they've interacted with, or the first positive interaction they've had today, right? We are so siloed in our own narrow ways that as a culture, we just need to start spreading a little more of those sprinkles of kindness. And because that creates the ripples of larger goodness in the world. And regarding connection, it's super important to create and maintain meaningful and uplifting relationships within, your friends and family groups. It should be a supportive network. Protecting your energy is not a bad thing. It just simply says, I love myself too, as much as I love others. So check in, create and balance boundaries within your relationships in your life. Trust your intuition. Every so often, when you need to distance yourself from anything or anyone, and it could be short term, it's long term, we are always changing. And I think it's a good practice to get into is to just give grace in this area. Trust your intuition and things will work out. And last but not least, we have Nourish, Sip, and Glow from Within. So what I did with this ritual essentially is bring in some whole health practices as it relates to the Nourish Your Body section of the cycles that I present with people and work on. So when you care for your whole self, you radiate from within. When we're really aligned in this space, it starts within and it all starts to connect, right? So protect your beautiful vessel, feed it well. Choose intuitive eating. I work with clients in the nutrition realm of the whole health practices, really with just quality, nutrient dense foods, right? We've all heard that. However, within the bio-individuality and using freedom and choice, I really bring in that intuitive eating aspect because life still needs to be fun. We can't have these boxes of how we eat and this lack of freedom within our food choices. But when you're educated on what is best to nourish the organs, the anatomy, your mind, get your body flowing optimally, you will just naturally figure out ways of eating that intuitively work for you and best nourish all aspects of who you are, right? It's about bringing real life into these aspects and making it work in a joyful manner. Go, if you're going on a date with your husband, dress up, feel sexy, feel amazing. Choose what you want off the menu, grab that chocolate cake, have a glass of wine, because the more we restrict ourselves, the more you're going to hold on to the weight, the inflammation, any of these sort of like areas in which you need more love and attention. It is about opening the flow of it all, okay? Stay hydrated with plenty of H2O. This is so simple and we all know it, but like every day, all of us we just need to drink more water. It helps with skin, it helps with immunity, it helps with your microbiome, digestion, all of the above. Water is should be your first go-to. And when it comes to movement, it's really amplifying. I always do this. I close my eyes when I talk about the mind-body connection, because when we are moving, whether it is in your passion for, let's say, exercise, workouts, HIIT classes, the intensity, running, or it's more of a mindful space, but you're still you're moving your body. Anytime you are simply moving your body, that's what I mean by mindful movement. And you connect the mind to that physical vessel and everything that it is doing for you, you are going to see results. You are going to see intentionality work at its finest, okay? So really dance with your well-being. Become fluid in your body, connecting the mind and body. And that is done by closing your eyes and really connecting in when you are in action. And don't forget to catch your Z's. Sleep is so important. Syncing up with the circadian rhythm, the natural light, really honing in on your bedtime routine, slowing down, winding down. That's why I say journal at the end of the night with your celebrations. Find those rituals that work for you, like legs up the wall, or I turn on my sound machine each night and it just sort of gets me and my dog, it's so funny, Jade does that too. She gets in that like zone space of like, oh, we're winding down now. And try and, just like you set an alarm, try and set a bedtime alarm as well. Go to bed at a relatively consistent hour and you will see how your body and the functionality of your anatomy will catch on relatively quickly and you will have more energy. So, just a reminder, all of this to say that we need to trust the magic that lies in embracing the simple structure of your life. Progress and joy comes from the daily process. It is trusting your journey and the simple steps along that path, because you can. Just do what you can right now in each present moment. So a little engagement here, please drop in the chat which of these rituals resonates with you most. And are these rituals anything that you are currently practicing? Which I know we touched on before. So yes, the journaling, the mindfulness, meditation in the morning. Anne says, I love the celebrations. Nice. Okay. Now, I have one more resource for you today. Type journey in the chat and I will make sure, or for any of those on the replay, go ahead and ping me, DM me, let me know, email me if you want this nourishment navigation. It is a new nourishment navigation guide. The rituals we talked about today are incorporated into this free resource, into this document, but there are 14 steps, habits, rituals that you can slowly incorporate into your life along your journey in the coming weeks here. So you can become grounded and consistent in your actions as it leads up to the holidays, right? And I've also incorporated a tastemaker box with products that I simply love. I get no credit for. It's just things that I believe are amazing quality products. And I've paired some of those things with each of the steps along the way on that navigation guide. Okay. So again, let me know if you want that and I will get that to you in email. And a little grounding exercise for us. Okay. So 30 seconds here, but just go ahead and close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Really slow your breath here. Bringing that air from the base of your spine up into the rib cage, into the lungs, and releasing it slowly. And as you do this, imagine this scenario. When someone compliments the way you think, the way your kindness lights up the world, how well you carry yourself, and how warm your heart is. It just hits differently, doesn't it? Yeah. These engagement practices are just the what could be type of visualizations, right? It's allowing yourself to feel into what it is you're dreaming of, what it is you're manifesting. It's not just the things. It's not just jotting down what you believe you would like to happen. It is going inward and feeling the feeling of what that would be like when it actually takes place and it is a part of your life. So these visualization tools and engagements, again, are part of the nourishment journey. And I am happy to provide you with some of these tools and resources. And wholeheartedly, this is what I want for you. To really feel life align to your purpose. Empowering you to live in your healthiest expression by nourishing mind, body, and soul in that integrative fashion. You will see here on this slide too, it's one diagram that really showcases what the AnnaCate Whole Health Method is in my coaching practice. So really we are always going through the awareness, the education, and the motivated implementation. And we cycle through that within the mind, body, and soul aspects, all rooted in that whole health practice mentality. So again, I've mentioned this a few times, but this is Nourish signature program from the AnnaCate Whole Health Academy. This is a 14-week one-on-one coaching program. It is hybrid, so it is weekly 90-minute sessions with me individually, and then you are also on a self-paced course, essentially learning and growing and digging in that self-development work, because we always want to come back to that growth, that change every time I'm discussing things in the calls with you. And again, it is all for those women who just know that they feel like there's more. They feel unfulfilled in some area of their life. They have chosen to do the work to live authentically through whole health practices and nourish their complete self with personal love and acceptance. This is just one more visualization piece grounding into essentially the method, which is running you through those guided cycles of awareness, education, motivated implementation, and this is the last part of the program where we get to the finale and the ascension. And so we focus each week. 1 week is dedicated to the mind, the body, the soul, and then we do an integrative piece as well. So all of this is for you to create a life that you love, that is fulfilling to you. It is giving yourself permission to let yourself shine. And so I have an offer for you today on this call. It is 10% off the program enrollment when you go ahead and you sign up for the Nourish signature program, and then you actually complete the Mindful Minutes Journaling Challenge. I will then offer you the discounted rate of 10% off the normal program enrollment fee. So I have 2 more spots open as we sort of wrap up 2023. So if you are interested in getting off on the right foot before the new year, as you enter into the holiday season, I have 2 spots open. So go ahead with this QR code on the slide, book a discovery call, because it is so important to talk, to figure out what my style and your needs look like in alignment. I would absolutely love to be a part of your journey. Okay, so 2 more spots within that 2023. And then I have 4 spots available that will come up the 2nd week of January. All right, so again, let me know. Let's talk. Sign up for the Nourish program. Start on your own. That is why I'm offering you this journaling challenge. It allows you to get a sense for your rediscovery path. Let's begin. You are ready. You are deserving, and I am the guide by your side that will hold you accountable. All right? Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for attending and putting yourself first. I want to thank each of you for allowing me to come into your space, your energy tonight. And I just want this for you. I want health. I want happiness. I want you to feel the authentic power by creating rituals within your life that align so you can live in your healthiest expression. All right, as we wrap up, think about the next 3 months. Think about your next 6 months. Where do you want to be? Who do you see yourself becoming? Okay, I am here for you to find that. I am here to empower you to take ownership and loving your life to the fullest. I'm here to guide you. Okay, thank you guys so much for hopping on replay. I'm going to end the recording right now, and let's just chat after as a little mingle. But again, thank you so much for your time, for your energy, for the space, and I hope to hear from you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.